Welcome back to TFR eSports Season 25. Here we are for the penultimate round of the F2 division. We have 1 point separating our title challengers going into the final two rounds then, with Codematic leading the standings with GG right behind him after a controversial Brazilian Grand Prix last week that had drama right the way through it. And it also saw a certain tax collector in the McLaren pick up his first ever victory in dramatic style to propel himself into the championship equation, with him about 29 points off GG. We also have a fourth challenger, a ruthless guy, who's just outside of the 30-point mark. He has to win tonight to keep his championship alive, and he must outscore the likes of GG and others to stay in mathematical competition, or whatever word I was thinking of there. Anyways, I'm your commentator CJH, joined by the two-time F1 TFR eSports champion, Epic the Animal, as always. How are we doing? And we are absolutely looking forward to this one. I can answer that for you already.
Yeah, absolutely. We're looking forward to this one, and time has actually already expired on qualifying. GG made a mistake in Sector 1. I don't know if he's going to improve. And Codematic's down almost half a second in the first sector. We could see our championship contenders, the main two, kind of in the midfield mix of chaos.
Yeah, which we saw earlier in F3. That is not a good thing at a circuit like this. You can make overtakes here, but it is not exactly easy. But here comes GG then, round the final corner. Currently Nifo on pole in the Mercedes. He's also on a lap towards the back of the field. Here comes GG then, up to the line. He improves, but not by any positions. Tax Collector then finishes in fifth. Not a bad lap from him. A ruthless guy then doesn't improve, so he will stay there. Codematic is coming in the pit lane, Logan.
Yeah, so he's down in 8th for the second week in a row, and Nifo is up on his own time. We're going to see a low 27s here if he doesn't flub up the final corner.
So stunning qualifying so far for Nifo. Had a little slide there coming out the final corner. He might just lose a touch of time there, but he has been absolutely storming to pole here, and he will smash it by about a tenth in the end. It's a 127.4. Fantastic stuff then from Nifo. He takes pole once again this season with the Sauber pair of a ruthless guy and GG lining up right behind. But it's a good session there for the Sauber pair, Logan. But we could see those two once again come to blows in this race.
We could, but this is kind of a wild result to qualifying on a track like this. We got big gaps through the field. Formula with a 5-place grid penalty. He had a collision with Alfie earlier in the session. But yeah, look at those gaps. The front three are close, and then there's just kind of everyone else.
Yeah, absolutely. Unfortunately, it looks like I'm not going to get that come up on the screen, so if someone's able to screenshot that for me, that would be much appreciated. But unfortunately, I won't have the grid for us to see on the screen. But well, the thing is though, Codematic, it's not all lost yet. But that's a bit of a statement there, the fact that he really was struggling for pace. And around a track like this, you don't want to get stuck in that midfield, Logan.
Not at all. You don't want to get stuck in the midfield anywhere, really. But here, with all the walls, if anyone makes a mistake, you don't really got anywhere to dodge it. It's just potential chaos, and we could have a total yard sale like we did in Brazil.
Yeah, I think the amount of penalties and controversy that came from that race last week, we could have more of the same tonight here in Jeddah, because it is fast and furious at this circuit, and the barriers are very close, and we're expecting drama left, right, and centre. There's 2 rounds to go. Who is going to come out on top in this one? The Sauber pair are looking good after qualifying. Tax Collector, again, had a good qualifying there when it mattered. It's a short run into that first corner. Who is going to take this one? Nifo has nothing to lose. He is going all in to get that victory from pole position. And let's see what will happen with that Sauber pair behind. It's a long old wait once again for the drivers as they get their setup sorted. It should be a simple one-stopper, this one, but with safety cars looming around every corner, who knows what's going to happen here. We got 5 red lights ahead of the drivers. And we are underway for the penultimate round of the season. Nifo then gets a good start ahead of a Ruthless Guy, ahead of GG. And there goes the McLaren of Tats Collector, getting his elbows out into that first corner, trying to make the move on GG already. Great lunge then up the inside, and he'll have the inside line for this next corner, but he's not quite got the traction. GG maintains third place, Tats Collector in fourth. So Spark and Kobanek has a bit of a slide there, just about catches it, has the Haas now all over his tail for P6, but Kobanek with not a bad start there, getting a couple of positions, but looks pretty clean all the way through, Logan.
It does so far, but now Komatic might lose a spot to Ultimate Stand, who's burning the battery to try to hang around the outside. That's usually not going to work on a corner like this. Yeah, he's not going to get that done. And he really slides her. MB down to 8th off the start.
Yeah, poor start for MB. That was the driver who had a bit of a shocker there, reserving from the F3 division for RB tonight. But Kobanek there then with a fairly clean start, but so too is Nifo out front. Already has a second lead, and every single driver is starting on the medium tire here. Not often you see that one, but Nifo well and truly in control out front, Logan. He's had the perfect start.
Yes, he has. Great start, and has already broke DRS to the train behind. That train goes all the way down to P13. Exactly what Nifo needed, and he didn't even have to burn all of his battery to do it either. Yeah,
absolutely. The entire field are fairly close. And, right at the very back there, Schaefer and AJ Curtis getting very, very close into that final corner. We'll have DRS then on this next lap. And there's GG making the move on a Ruthless Guy, his teammate. Down the start-finish straight. No DRS for that pass. Easy as you like then for GG ahead of a Ruthless Guy. Sauber well and truly will most likely wrap up the Constructors title tonight. However, the two McLarens are flying themselves in 4th and 5th. So if McLaren can somehow have a good race tonight, they need something like 20 points over them.
Oh, Formula's around. He came back on the track, touched someone. Oh, and AJ Kirkus said, oh, Action Rick hits him too. Oh, it's a Constantine effect. That's the chaos we were talking
it's a VSC.
about.
We have a VSC already, a 10-second penalty then for Action Rick, but that is a VSC then out on the track. And, well, that could be a bit interesting here on what the drivers do on how long this stays out, Logan, because they could get a cheap pit stop here.
They could, but it's going to be a long haul to make those hards go, 16 laps?
That's a tough ask, isn't it? I mean...
I wouldn't pit. Especially if I'm out front. Yeah, especially if I'm out front, because that traffic, we already saw what happens back there.
Well, that was one of the quickest VSCs I've seen in a while, because that literally lasts a sector, and GG's just clattered the barrier there on the left-hand side, and that should allow his teammate to come back at him here. A Ruthless Guy will have the DRS on his teammate. No team orders between these two, especially after the shenanigans of last week, and a Ruthless Guy is having a little look to the inside and will make the move on GG. They're wheel-to-wheel in the final corner, then the wheel-to-wheel coming out of the corner as well. Who has the DRS between these pairs? I don't think either of them have it. No, neither of them have it. They must have been dead level going onto that straight, and it's a Ruthless Guy then up into second place as the two McLarens are now scrapping it out.
Yeah, no team orders anywhere, especially with Tax Collector still fighting for the Drivers' Championship, and now he loses the position to his teammate. No other position changes, it seems, as AJ Curtis and Action Rick come into the pits.
Yeah, those two getting those front wing changes at the back there. Around those who weren't aware, Action Rick and Schaefer both had engine penalties. That's why they're both at the very back of this one, and Komanek's lost it. He's lost it, and he's managed to save it from hitting the barrier by some minor miracle there. But Komanek there with a massive moment there coming out of that corner. It is a tricky corner. You can lose it a little bit, but he just doesn't quite look at see here in this race, Logan.
He does not, and that car is really sliding around on the rear. That car is not stably set up for the race, you can tell, and he's really going to struggle with his tires come later in this stint.
Absolutely. It's a massive moment, and to be honest, it was a little bit like Schumacher all those years ago, whatever season that was, when he hit the wall hard on the opposite side. Komanek managed to avoid that. But as we'll see, with the sim damage punches... Yeah, there goes Tax Collector then up the inside on Sir Spark. Easy as you like, but his teammate should come straight back at him with the DRS here. This is the only problem, Logan, by making that move early. You just get picked off on that next straight.
Yeah, he doesn't really use any ERS to defend that one, so he just loses a position. Rough start for Komatic now, down where he started after gaining all those positions in the opening lap.
Yeah, he's got a bit of work to do here. MB, I have to say, doing a really good job considering he's a free driver. Really scoring some decent points for VCarb tonight after a bit of a rough season for them. He is going along nicely in 7th place there, but this pack here are all still super, super close. And GG has had a little bit of a wobble, I think, up the road because he's now a second and a half behind his teammate and is getting closed in by the McLarens here.
Yeah, he's getting close in by that entire DRS train that goes all the way down to P10. So that's not a group you want on your tail, especially with how feisty everyone's going to be late in the season.
We've got nothing to lose.
Job by MB so far.
That's the thing.
Pretty with the ERS as well. Codemadic's the lowest one on ERS in this train.
He is struggling. It is a bit of a train at the minute until we have these first pit stops, and it'll all be about who will pull the trigger first.
Oh, I said it. Now he makes a mistake. Oh, he hits the wall again.
Yeah, no damage on the car, thankfully for him. But a bit of an iffy moment there for MB. Codemanic has a little look to the inside, can't quite make the move done. Nifo as well has had a bit of an iffy lap here. Oh, MB goes very wide.
Goes wide. Yep.
Yeah, very wide there. So a bit of an error.
Bad lap.
Yeah, Nifo is struggling a bit out front.
Sliding. Yeah, those rears are really sliding. Maybe they just got time trial setups on.
Let's think, we're only on lap 5, and there is a long way to go. And there's damage on the car. Who is that? Someone just hit the wall there. It's Nifo. Nifo has damage on that front wing. So Nifo really clattering the barrier hard there. And now he will be in a bit of trouble there with a Ruthless Guy closing in. So damage on the car. And GG starting to really struggle here for pace, Logan, because everybody is now hot on his tail and will have DRS on him.
Yeah, it's possible that the rears have started to overheat. He's just not getting the speed that he needs. But yeah, Nifo could really think about an early pit stop here, replace that wing. Hopefully the undercut makes up some of the gap. Got to do something.
Well, at the minute, this is almost the calm before the storm because they're all kind of starting to merge together here. And you'd have to say GG could be coming under serious attack very, very shortly. Because they'll have DRS on him here. Nifo as well out front now is coming under attack from Ruthless Guy, who has the DRS on him. But Sir Spark knows that he absolutely needs to make this move for his teammate in the championship here. And there goes Sir Spark to the outside then as his teammate gets very close on the brake. And they're all getting very, very close here because look at this going down the start-finish straight. They're absolutely nose to tail. And Sir Spark then will be having a go at GG and he pulls to the inside. And Comanic does pit in the background. That's a big call.
Curveball pits and almost hits him.
So
that was almost disaster.
Drama in the pits then. Codemanic gets the fresh hard tyres on and gets clear. But look at that up the order. Jeez, that was very close into that corner. But it is indeed Sir Spark then now ahead of GG. And with Codemanic pulling the trigger there, Logan, this is a vital outlap for him.
Yes, it is. And people are going wide through this tricky section. Oldman Stan gets himself a time penalty. MB probably got a warning as well. Can't get a time penalty when the field's this close together. And the Ruthless Guy is running Nifo down. He's going to have to do something about this.
Yeah.
Nifo, that is, has to do something.
Well, this is the thing. He's kept the lead for now. I mean, you wonder how bad that damage is. And something's happened there.
Oldman Stan, yep. Oldman Stan slides the rears coming out. Oh, we got a caution in Sector 2.
It's Arthur.
It is Arthur.
And he's in the middle of the track. He's got to be very careful because there's a Red Bull coming around this corner. And he's going to have a nasty surprise. Oh, he just gets the car turned around. And we should all be able to continue on in green flag conditions. That Red Bull being Codemanic of all cars. That could have been a bit of a moment there. Let's see then as they all come out the final corner. We've got a battle for the lead, because here comes a Ruthless Guy on Nifo. Goes to the outside and will try and get later on the brakes. Can't quite get it done. Nifo holds that inside line, but a Ruthless Guy can't make the pass. You're right. Everyone else is in the pits behind. We've got MB, Ultimate Stan, Schaefer and Tax Collector Logan.
Yeah, everyone else is going to have to get in sooner rather than later, else they're going to lose a lot of track position and just get caught fighting.
Well, there is Codemanic then, ahead of the McLaren. So Codemanic has gained quite a bit there. He's retired in the pits, yeah, all good there. But Komanik then has gained a lot from that undercut. That just says quite a lot there, how much they were probably struggling on those medium tyres, Logan.
Yeah, everyone seems to be struggling on those medium tires. Codematic out on those fresh hards, and they're already warmed up. So he should be able to maintain this DRS advantage, I guess you could word it like that. Oldmanstan gets another time penalty as he's hot on the heels of the Darky Award for the day. Kurbold gets a time penalty and says, not done yet.
Yes. Oh, and there's another move. That's a Ruthless Guy now making the pass for the lead on Nifo. So with DRS at that part of the circuit, looked like a little bit of a Oscar Piastri from last season on the Mercedes there, but he's coming under threat again, and there goes Nifo to the outside then, and gets the job done. The DRS is so powerful at that part of the lap, and Nifo retakes the lead, but you can see these two are starting to lose quite a bit of time to the others, and they both come in. God, that was a late call from Nifo there, almost chopped off.
GG's out. GG stays out.
So GG stays out then, which you can understand with his teammate actually in the pits, to be fair. Change of the front wing for Nifo. So he has gone for that front wing change. He's going to lose a fair amount of track position. We'll see where he comes out then. And there are the others. You can see them coming down the start-finish straight. And I tell you, Codematic here is going to gain a ton of positions.
Yeah, he is. P2. Tax collector
Incredible.
P3.
Oh, and look
here
at the
comes
state of that.
This guy P4. Oh, look at the chaos behind.
So, and so now!
Ruthless Guy gets hit by Ultimate Stan.
Absolutely rammed off the circuit there, you'd have to say. And well, was that? The Haas? Well, Stan, I think, got that all wrong on the brakes there. And look at that, a Ruthless Guy there. He'll be absolutely fuming, Logan, because him and Nifo were leading this race 1-2. They are now behind. How many cars is that? 5 cars? 6 cars even that are now in front of them because of the undercut and that shenanigans there. I mean, that's just completely flipped this race.
Yes, it has. Schaefer clips the one on the inside there. He's probably going to give himself a penalty. Yep. So yeah, we got people with penalties in the middle of the field as well. Look at this. GG and Codematic, 1 and 2. But GG yet the pit.
Yeah, Codematic gets the lead.
Would have just... He's going to take the lead.
That's incredible.
No pace in 8th.
He was miles off. He was absolutely miles off. We got a yellow flag.
In Sector 1.
Yeah, I don't think... I'm not sure what that was for. GG's in the pits. But Codematic here has pulled an absolute worldie of strategy. If he can hang on, as MB now is going wheel to wheel with Schaefer in the final corner. Oh, they touch out the final corner and almost hit the barrier. They're now free wide now, coming down the start-finish straight as the McLaren of Sir Spark gets the pair of them. But Codematic then, incredibly, takes the lead of this race. I never thought I would have said that.
Ruthless Guy and MB battling into the first corner. MB outbreaks himself. So Ruthless Guy up to 6th. GG down to 8th.
I mean, incredible. What a turnaround here of the order, because the two Sabres are now 6th and 7th. Nifo down in 9th because of his front wing change. This race has absolutely flipped on its head. And I tell you, Logan, any of the top 9 are still in the mix here.
Yeah, they are for now. But maybe the people with time penalties aren't in the mix.
Yeah, that is true.
It shows you how important track position is in this game.
Well, how do these guys play this now? They know they had the pace earlier on, but they are now completely out of position because of those undercuts. There's still half of the race to go, so there's plenty of time for them to make the overtakes, but they have got a lot of risks to take, Logan. I mean, you'd absolutely be in Codematic's position right now, somehow leading this race, but also doesn't have to worry about making these passes. Those Saubers, they've got to take risks here.
Yeah, they do, and GG is now... He went from 6 places ahead to 6 places behind of his championship rival.
Yeah. I mean... Oh, and there goes Nifo up the inside now on GG defending it hard, and has managed to maintain the position, but I think Nifo will be all over him down this start-finish straight, and he is with the DRS wide open. We've also got Sir Spark now up into 3rd, but this is big for the championship as Nifo now is ahead of GG, and it is going from bad to worse for GG in this championship.
Yeah, you're right. It's shocking what has happened here. Again, it's the pit strategies. It's like Monaco all over again, except I'm less angry.
Well, Let's hold off just for a moment because Komanik now is struggling a little bit out front there. Had a bit of a wobbly lap here, it seems, and the gap now half a second from him to Tax Collector. Tax Collector at the minute is staring at the opportunity of back-to-back victories after having to wait all season. He could just spring a late challenge in this championship. If he can somehow take this win tonight, he will be right in the mix for the final round. Oh, and look at that. Ultimate Stand there having a bit of a wobble and drops behind Schaefer now. This is all going to brew up to be an almighty scrap here, Logan.
Yes, it is. So there goes Ruthless Guy past him. Schaefer ahead as a time penalty. Ruthless Guy is still very much in this race as well.
Look at that. Look at that shot right there.
He goes wide. And now Ultimate Stand's going to get him back. This is going to be chaos here for the second half of this race. Look at the top three all closing in. They're all within half a second.
The top.
Oh,
my word.
Deep.
Yeah, very wide there from Sir Spartan. He's going to be in a bit of trouble. Here comes Tax Collector with a DRS on Komanik. Komanik is vulnerable here. And there goes the McLaren to the outside on Komanik and will take the lead. Komanik's going to defend it, but he can't do a thing. And Tax Collector now, remarkably, takes the lead of the race. What a race this has been. And Sir Spartan then will know what his objective is here, Logan. He's got to somehow get in front of that Red Bull.
Yeah, he does need to, and GG's still down in 8th. Unbelievable.
Something's going to happen here. I could just tell.
Look
this
at
is like
train.
Yeah, this
a
something's
leading
going to happen.
8-car train.
Yeah.
Well, here comes GG on Nifo now. But
There he
Nifo's going to
goes.
have the inside. Not gonna get it done. Oh, they're so close. Oh, look at this Schaefer and Ruthless Guy up here.
Yeah. This is super close between these pairs. This is not normally somewhere where you'd overtake, and he has to back out. You're not going to make that move there. But Schaefer gets it wide, and Ultimate Stan as well has picked up a penalty. I think Ruthless Guy had a bit of a moment himself there, because Ultimate Stan now is coming right back at him, and he will have DRS down this next straight. They're getting oh so close here, and Ultimate Stan just about thought about a move there up the inside. But where do you look? The top 8 here. There's less than half a second almost between each one of them, and look how close that is.
Schaefer.
Oh,
there goes Ultimate Stan. I mean Nifo. Oh, he's gonna send it on everyone and their mother.
Deary me, how on earth that didn't end up as contact, I'm not quite sure. But they're gonna go at it again here.
Here comes everyone, including GG. He's got 1. Can he get 2?
There goes Nifo.
Oh, Schaefer outbreaks himself.
Oh, and there he goes off the circuit in the barrier. Schaefer's in the wall, and well, that will be our first of 8 that are out of contention here. Big damage on the front wing, and sadly for him, that is his attempt at taking this win gone for now. But so Komanik then with a time penalty further down, and he's crashed, and that's a safety car. It's a safety car. He's hit the barrier. And, well, Logan, that is going to change the race once again.
Yeah, do you stay out for track position, hoping everyone else doesn't pit? Do you pit, and then possibly everyone else stays out? It's a guessing game. I know if I'm in this position, I'm boxing CJ. I'm putting on some softs, but...
Well, what do you do?
It's so hard to tell. I put on softs.
So this could be a couple laps, this safety car, which will give us a bit of a 4-lap dash to the finish, you'd imagine. Maybe 5 laps. Tax Collector then with track position, Komanik as well with track position. I mean, what do you do? What do you do? You've got so much on the line. If you pit and nobody else pits, then you've got a lot of work to do and you lose what you've got. But if they stay out, Logan, if you're Komanik and Tax Collector and then the Saubers pit, then they will be vulnerable at this restart.
I think if I'm GG at the back of this train, I do the opposite of everyone else. Anyone else, I'm in.
Well, I can hardly even watch what's going to happen here. Who is going to take the risk? Tax Collector is coming in. Komanik stays out.
Stays out. Sir Spark in, Nifo in, Ruthless Guy in, Ultimate Stan in. GG stays out as well.
Oh, what is that in the pits? Deary me, Ultimate Stan cutting across a Ruthless Guy. How on earth that wasn't a pile up in the pit lane? I'm not quite sure.
We're going to have our 2 championship protagonists, 1 and 2 on Old Hards, with a storm of everyone behind them. Mediums on a lot of them. Mediums! They must have used all their softs in qualifying.
The cameraman is clearly drunk then, because the camera's just completely waved off the circuit as they all left the pits. But yes, there we go. There it is on the screen. Nifo, the front runner then on the soft tyre. Tax Collector on the mediums. Ruthless Guy, Ultimate Stance, Spark also on the mediums, and then the rest behind them all on softs. Ultimate Stand, Schaefer, the main ones with penalties that are towards that middle pack of the field. Wow. This is big. These are going to be critical laps for the entire season here, because Tats Collector on the fresh medium tyres against these two. I mean, Comatic's hard tyres will be really... I mean, they won't be on the limit, but they will be really worn by the end of this race. He's got a lot of work to do to hang on here.
Yeah, I think he'll be all right, but taking the track position, I think it's a good idea. Other people might fight behind, and if you are on the same tire as everyone else, you're just still stuck in that train.
Well. This is going to be super interesting, these final couple laps then. Because, yes, Task Collector and Ruthless Guy, they are the big outsiders in this championship. The ideal scenario for them is Comatic and GG get absolutely picked off here, and they drop big points, because then it will be a four-way fight into the final round, which I'm not sure either of our brains will take that one. But these two out front, I mean, they'll be going at it between the pair of them as well. That's the thing here, Logan. They won't be thinking of, let's work together here, because it's only 1 point separating them in the championship, so they need to win this race.
Yeah, this is going to all kick off here. We're going to have a 4-lap dash to the end.
Yeah. If you thought Brazil last week had all the ingredients of a chaotic race, which absolutely delivered, this has got probably even more ingredients chucked in the mix here for a grandstand finish. And you know what happened last week when we had GG and Comatic at the same part of the circuit? It was an almighty pile-up, or whichever the word it was that you used, Logan.
Yard sale.
After a couple of corners. So just prepare yourself, viewers. This could get quite explosive.
And look who's third. Third place in the championship.
Yeah. If
they crash again and Tax Collector wins, imagine.
I know.
Imagine a three-way championship fight within a couple points.
I mean, Tax Collector this season, he has been the ultimate consistent driver. Like, hands down, he has just somehow, despite only winning last week for the first time, he has somehow managed to keep himself in the mix, and he's doing it again tonight. As it stands, by the way, for anyone concerned, the Constructors' Championship will most likely go to Sauber. With the way this is finishing right now, McLaren needed to outscore Sauber by a lot, so Sauber at the minute will still be F2 Constructors Champions. Right. Safety car should come in this lap, Logan. What do you think is going to happen with this?
Chaos.
Oh dear. It's going to be eventful. The safety car might not come back in, because... Oh, it is coming in. It is. Right. How is this one going to fare? Comatic. What will be going through his mind? He's drove a brilliant race to manage to keep this alive. And, well...
Rick's barely going to make the queue. We're going to have the whole field in the queue.
Yeah, here we go then. Comatic then, slowing it right down. And takes a wide line onto that start-finish straight, and let's rip. He absolutely drifts out that final corner, but he is going to get us underway then with 4 laps to go of this thrilling penultimate round of the F2 season. He's had a good restart. He's well clear of GG behind, and nobody else is making a move just yet into that first corner. And Julian picks up a penalty down the order, but we're not too focused on that because GG is hot on Comatic's tail, Logan.
Yes, he is. And fifth, fourth, and third, they're also, the whole top 5, they're all so close. Look at this. 8/10 separates the top 5.
Nifo there almost chucked it up the inside of Tax Collector. That would have been a bold move, but here comes Tax Collector now on GG, and GG is going to go to the inside on Comanic. Has a little think about it, and can't quite get it done. Look at Tax Collector now, hanging it right around the outside on the Sauber. He sees an opportunity to try and make that move. They're almost going wheel to wheel. They make contact as well. This is going to boil up an absolute overboil here, Logan.
Yes, it is. And look at Tax Collector. He's right on the tail of them. Oh, they're moving on. They touch under the straight. Oh, it's all kicking off. F2, baby.
You can write it. What a shot that is. Comanic and GG wheel to wheel there. And Comanic gets back ahead of GG. And look at that behind. A Ruthless Guy almost into the barrier. But GG then will have another go. You can see Nifo in the background there as well. This is peak F2 right here. And there goes Tax Collector and Nifo on GG into the final corner.
Yeah, and there's just fighting everywhere. I don't even know what to say. They're battling everywhere. Tax
well, here we go.
GG.
And there goes Tax Collector into the lead. So Tax Collector's into the lead. GG now moves to the inside on Comanic. Oh, and there's
Nifo gets hit. He recovers full 360.
Oh, and Comanic's around.
What is happening?
Comanic's
around.
And he's managed to get it going. But he's down into ninth. He's down into ninth place, and he's made contact. And there's another car on the wall. Nifo's in the barrier now as well, and he will be out of this race. Tax Collector now leads. So GG second.
Hits the curb.
There's a Ruthless Guy's got a penalty. So
what is happening?
What's going to happen here? There's so many penalties now for a bunch of drivers. Comanic could still recover up the order. Almost Stan's got 12 seconds of penalties for crying out loud. So Schaefer's got 6 as well. So they are all still in a bit of bother. So your likes of Comanic could still recover some positions here. But Tax Collector is well and clear out front and is marching towards only a second of a victory, Logan.
He's ending the season good. 2 wins. 2 wins in a row at the end of the season. He's in this.
Well, GG now.
They're not gaining on GG like they should on these servers.
Dear me. That was almost an airplane crash.
They recover.
And there's a Ruthless Guy closing in as well. He chucks out the inside just for the hell of it. But this is helping GG here. These guys scrapping so hard is allowing GG just to hang on. B29 says in the chat, they need to get GG. But GG is hanging on right now.
Yeah, they're all using all their battery. This is absolute chaos. Ruthless Guy they're turning the wrong way. It's over there, guys. The track's over there. Oh my goodness. Codemadic's going to get free.
He's going to get the pair of them. He's going to pair them. He's alongside Ruthless Guy, and he has got the pair of them. So up into 7th place for Comanic. Has a little wobble there, and he's now dropped behind into 8th. You couldn't write this final couple of laps here. It's absolute chaos here. So Spark then now is now behind him. Someone's gone off. That's MB. MB's now facing the wrong way around. So that's points in the bin for VCarb. Shame for them, that is for sure. But Tax Collector on the penultimate lap here is well and truly safe out front. And all that GG has to worry about here is the other McLaren.
Yeah, I mean, with the penalty for Oldham and Stan, it could be a 1-3 for McLaren.
Yeah, what a crazy end to this race. So GG then looks like he should be safe for 2nd place. He's struggling a little bit there, but he should be okay. He got Formula A and a Ruthless Guy with penalties further down, so Comanic could jump ahead of them still. So it could still be not too bad for our title protagonist there, which you would have never thought with a couple laps to go, Logan.
Not at all. Not at all. And so Comanic's got to be careful.
Well, here goes Ultimate Stan then. Easy pass then on GG. Now, GG will just have to worry a little bit about that McLaren right behind. And Sir Spark will need to do his teammate a big old favour here. Comanic is going to get passed by Schaefer now on this final lap. It absolutely wasn't the right call. I know it's benefit of hindsight to stay out on those hard tyres. I mean, they just got absolutely swamped to the restart, Logan.
They did, but GG's still looking good with Oldham and Stam's time penalties. And it's a lot better than what P8 for, well, Codematic until he made that mistake.
Yeah.
But with all the penalties ahead, still is an opportunity to gain a position or 2.
Well, so Sir Spark then, this is the big thing now. Will Sir Spark get ahead of GG on this final lap here. That could be critical for Tax Collector's championship here, because if he can take points off his title rival, then it will just help him that little bit more in the championship. GG's got him though.
Oh,
he's got a puncher. He's hit the barrier, surely, and has got that puncher. He's going to hit the wall, and he is out, surely.
No, he's in.
Oh, don't rejoin the track. Deary me.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow, that was a bit close. And there goes Sir Spark on GG into the final corner. GG's going to hang it on, though, and will keep the position. He's going to get a great exit, though, and will try and get him, but he's not going to do it. And Tax Collector then wins somehow for 2 weeks in a row. Incredible stuff from him and McLaren. Sir Spark is on the podium with GG taking that championship lead in second place. Codematic is 5th in the end. That is not bad considering how it could have been.
Action Rick up the 7th, or being at the very back the whole race.
Action Rick 7th, incredible. Big points for him. And wow, Logan, what a bonkers end to that race once again.
Oh yeah, it's F2. What do you expect? Action Rick up the 7th.
Well,
oh my goodness.
Where do we go from here? So,
Abu Dhabi, I think.
Yes, absolutely. Abu Dhabi next week, the final round of the season. Could he really? Could he really, Tax Collector, win this championship? That would be, I don't think I would have ever seen that much of an outsider win a championship. As in, he was nowhere, he's not led this championship all season, and he's right in the mix now. He is right in the mix. With one race to go, and B29, he can win this championship, and he's right there, Logan. It's going to be a freeway scrap for this title in the final round.
Yes, it is. I cannot wait to see what will happen.
Any plans next Monday, viewer? Cancel them. You need to be watching this F2 season finale because it is going to be unmissable. Sauber do indeed secure the F2 Constructors Championship. Congratulations to them. They've dominated this season. However, it's Tax Collector who wins the penultimate round for McLaren. GG in second, with Sir Spark on the podium, making it a double podium for McLaren. Ruthless Guy's in fourth. His championship is sadly over for him. And Codematic is in fifth. And a bit of damage limitations in the end there, Logan. I think that gap now, with very quick maths, has gone up to about 9 points. So it is still very much all to play for.
Yes, it is. Is Tax Collector still in it?
For sure. He's absolutely in it. He had to win tonight to stay in the mix, and that is what he did. So he is roughly, off the top of my head, about 20 points off. So it's a tall order, but it's definitely still on for him. A Ruthless Guy is, sadly for him, well and truly out. But we have got a freeway title fight going into the final round.
I can't wait.
It is going to be quite the race. Well, let us know then in the week before who you think will come out on top in this championship. It's those three. GG, who now leads the championship ahead of Codematic, ahead of Tax Collector. Who is going to take this F2 crown? We'll find out then. We'll see you then. Holy moly.